Watch what sugar does to our belly.
Check this out. Think of these bottles as your gut. Each bottle contains one package of yeast. Now, we're gonna add some sugar. So imagine this is sugar that you're getting when you eat a bagel, a muffin, or even a piece of fruit. Okay, the first bottle gets no sugar. The second bottle here got 1 teaspoon of sugar. The third bottle here got 2 teaspoons. And the last bottle here got 3 teaspoons of sugar. So this represents your body metabolizing or breaking down the sugar. Now, here comes the fun part. I'm gonna put one balloon over one of the spouts of each bottle. Perfect. Now these bottles will need to sit for a bit. Ready to see what happened? Look at this. The balloon on the bottle with the most sugar grew to the largest size. On the other hand, the balloon on the bottle with no sugar didn't inflate at all. And this same reaction can happen in your body when you eat sugar. Our gut bacteria feeds on the sugar, breaks it down, and a waste product is released. You guessed it, gas. So now it's easy to see why after eating processed foods, carbs, and sugars, we tend to feel bloated, uncomfortable, and gassy. And unfortunately, this is not the only thing sugar can be doing to your body, because that inefficient digestive system can cause your metabolism to slow down, leading to unwanted weight gain and other health issues. So how can you help your gut to react more like this than like this, without completely changing your diet? Well, my number one piece of advice for folks trying to slim down is to know exactly which so-called health foods to avoid.
Harmful food number 1 is yogurt. Did you know that one General Mills original Yoplait yogurt contains about twice as much sugar as an entire bowl of their cereal Lucky Charms? Yes, it's true. The way yogurt is marketed makes me sick. Beware of any yogurt with added sugars. Keep in mind, a 6-ounce yogurt should have about 13 grams of naturally occurring sugar from milk, so anything over 20 grams is a big no-no. Also, beware of any yogurt claiming to give you probiotic benefits. When yogurt is pasteurized, it kills off many of those good bacteria. So unless you're making your yogurt at home, you're not going to get enough probiotic benefits to make a noticeable difference in your digestive tract. Fortunately, our American court system agrees. In 2013, General Mills paid $8.5 million to settle a class action lawsuit that claimed their Greek yogurt was not even a yogurt at all. Also, steer clear of any yogurt containing the number 1 fat-forming ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. That leads me to my number 2 harmful food, wheat bread. You may have heard brown bread is better for you than white bread. Yes, that can be true. However, again, the big companies are taking advantage of you here. Wonder Bread Stone Ground 100% whole wheat contains large amounts of my number 1 fat-forming ingredient, high fructose corn syrup. A 2004 study done at the University of Louisiana Medical Center by Dr. George A. Bray linked high fructose corn syrup to the rising rate of obesity in the United States. And I agree. Why is it so bad? 20 times sweeter than sugar, fructose is a chemical that isn't recognized by our brains. High fructose corn syrup confuses your ghrelin, which is the hormone that tells you when you're hungry. It also disrupts leptin production, which is the I'm full hormone. When these 2 hormones are out of whack, you never know when you're full. So what does your body do? It tells you to eat more and more and more. Dr. David Kessler, former head of the Food and Drug Administration, even appeared on CBS News exposing how high fructose corn syrup literally forces your brain to make you eat more than you should. You see, one thing our bodies are extremely good at is turning unknown substances into fat. The reason we do this dates back to how our bodies were designed thousands of years ago when we got our food by hunting and gathering. Because we never knew when the next meal was coming. Our bodies would store fat in case of tough times. When you consume things like sugar or high fructose corn syrup, things our bodies were never designed to digest, our bodies get confused. So it does the only thing it knows how to do with the foreign substance. It adds it to your waistline, love handles, or butt. So beware of any food that contains high fructose corn syrup. You might as well be pouring fat into your waistline. That brings me to my number 3 harmful food, cereal bars. Kellogg's Special K is marketed as one of the premier healthy cereals on the shelf. Yet, in Special K Red Berry's chewy snack bar, sugar is a component of the second ingredient, and then emerges again as corn syrup. Fiber One oats and chocolate bars contain corn syrup, sugar, sugarcane fiber, and fructose. Honey Nut Cheerios milk and cereal bars have sugar, brown sugar syrup, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and plain old fructose. That's a recipe for plain old weight gain, if you ask me. Okay, now that I've told you the 3 foods you must avoid, it's time for me to share my 4 natural fat loss helpers. However, before I do, I need to warn you. These 4 fat loss helpers can allow you to get away with eating more of the foods that aren't great for you, as they'll help your body better digest them and turn them into energy instead of fat. However, there is one fat substitute you should never eat, no matter what. Can you guess how this item is marketed to you? If you guessed as a health food, you are correct. This item is usually marketed to you in the form of a fat-free potato chip. The scientific invention behind this fat-free snack is Olestra. Olestra was created by Procter & Gamble to be a calorie and cholesterol-free fat substitute. You might know it as Olean. However, soon after Olean appeared on the market, my colleagues and I fought back. We started educating the public to the dangers of this nasty ingredient. It's truly appalling. However, all the more reason we, the public, need to educate ourselves. So give yourself a pat on the back for watching this presentation today, and don't forget to share it with the people you care about. Now, Olestra or Olean has now been studied by many of my peers. Their tests show it's far worse than gluten or any other carb you can eat. This is because it blocks your body from absorbing essential vitamins A, D, E, K. Common reactions include diarrhea, cramps, and leaky bowels. Whatever you do, do not eat this ugly carb, whether you're using my 4 natural fat loss helpers or not. Here are the brands it's found in. The sad truth, there are more dangerous carbs like Olean out there, and the food conglomerates are inventing new ones every single day. Unless you go on an all-organic diet and prepare it in your own kitchen, it's nearly impossible to know exactly what you are putting into your body. The sugar and sweetener content of our food has increased by a factor of 20 times over the last 50 years. Sugars are being added to things you would never expect. For example, here is a bratwurst from Germany, and here's one from America. What's the difference? Yep, you guessed. The American bratwurst contains 50 milligrams of added sugar. It's no wonder the rate of obesity in Germany stays around 10%, while in America it's at 34% and climbing. Here's what's really interesting to me. If you look at the diet of our country versus Germany, the German diet appears to be worse. Lots of fatty meats, pretzels, and fried dishes called schnitzel are the most popular foods, yet Americans are 3 times as fat. Years ago, when a patient would come to me and ask for advice on losing weight, I would first tell them, exercise more. However, in this day and age of fake health foods and beverages, exercise is no longer enough.